Want more sales? I mean, really, who doesn't? You can get more than your fair share of those sales if you follow a sales follow-up blueprint. Welcome back to another 5-minute sales training. I labeled this episode the sales follow-up blueprint for a reason. When you think about a blueprint, what comes to mind? You think of a technical document, right? It's something that you could follow step by step that will help you to construct a great home. I would suggest that you need to think the same way in constructing your own follow-up blueprint.
It's a blueprint for a house of success.
For too many sales professionals, follow-up consists of sending an email and leaving it at that. Lame. It doesn't take much of a blueprint to simply write an email, but it will also bring you minimal results at best. And you want way more than minimal results, don't you? The top sales professionals in the industry have a very specific follow-up system, or blueprint, if you will, that they utilize with every customer every time. It begins by understanding what we want to accomplish in the first place. You have to have a mental image of what you're trying to achieve in your follow-up. We have to start by identifying the overall purpose, the end result of the construction, if you will. Now, the end result, of course, is not just a sale, but a profitable and timely sale. The statistics tell us that the longer someone stays in the process without buying, the less likely it is that they will purchase at all. So our task in follow-up is to accelerate the purchase decision through that effective communication.
Really help speed the process along.
Now, to do that requires sustaining what we call the buyer's emotional altitude. That is the measurement of their positive emotions during the shopping process. The emotional altitude is highest when they're on site. When they leave, that emotional altitude begins to wane. Our job is to keep that emotional altitude strong. And because of that, the follow-up blueprint is based on speed more than anything else. The number one mistake that salespeople make when trying to execute their follow-up strategy is that they simply wait too long to contact that prospect.
Could be we waited too long.
They take too much time to reconnect with their buyer. And every minute that passes means that the emotional altitude continues to wane. So you need to stop and ask yourself right now, for your typical encounter with a customer, how soon do you follow up? You got to be honest about this. When does that first follow-up take place? Now, if you just answered 24 hours or longer, you can just about be assured that you are lagging far behind when it comes to protecting the emotional altitude. The goal is to find a creative way to communicate with that customer and to keep them informed within the first few hours of the initial encounter. Now, to do that, we rely on something that the experts might call content marketing. In a sense, that's the strategy behind the video that you're watching right now. The 5-minute sales training is content marketing.
Surprised?
I want to constantly put the Shore Consulting brand out there, and so I give you, hopefully, helpful content in order to do that. After all, these videos aren't much use from me if they don't get watched by you. So my task is to try and bring good content to you.
This is great content.
You need to look at it the same way. You have to be asking the question, what does the customer want and need from me? How can I provide them with good content? Now, that content can come in a number of different forms. We can talk about the features of the home that have not yet been discussed. We could talk about the neighborhood, about the community, about the local lifestyle. We can give them information on construction, maybe about the mortgage finance world. Trust me, there's a whole internet out there of good content that you can share with your customers. But you want to be the content provider for your customer, constantly dripping out useful information. All right, so you've got speed and you've got content. Now, the third thing you need is persistence. That persistence means that you're going to continue to communicate with your customer and not have this be a one and done type of experience. I'm not suggesting that you harass the customer by any means. What I am suggesting is that you're consistently providing good content that they want to absorb. Look for ways to serve first. As soon as you stop reaching out to your customer, you fall out of their mind, and then trying to get the sale is going to be very, very difficult for you. So what are you doing to build your own sales follow-up blueprint? I would love it if you would write it down in the comments below. Give your peers some good ideas for how they can improve their own follow-up efforts. Thanks for watching today's 5-minute sales training. Be sure to hit the like button on this video. Subscribe to the channel too if you would please. But until next time, learn more to earn more.